Hi guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to the channel. Hope we're all well. Today in this video we're going to be going over the game week 1 just gone in the Premier League. We're going to be chatting about all the results and what I thought of the team's performances. And yeah, we're going to leave space at the end to let you guys know what you thought about the games. See who had a stinker, who did well. Yeah, let's have a chat about it in the comments. Right then guys, so we kicked the season off on Friday night, as we can see here. It was Crystal Palace taking on Arsenal. Arsenal came away with a 2-0 win in the end. Good little game it was. I did watch it. Just having a look at the stats here for you. As we can see here, it looked like a pretty even game really, but I thought it was a game of spells, to be honest. I thought Arsenal looked pretty comfortable in the first half. They got the goal through Martinelli. Good little header, good little set piece. Zinchenko headed it through, Martinelli tapped it away. Yeah, good game really. Game of 2 hours, like I say. I thought Arsenal's second come a bit against the run of play, but yeah, really good start that for Mikel Arteta. He's got his signings in this year, and they're hoping, to push on from last year, finishing 5th. They're hoping for that top 4 this year, and yeah, they made a really good start there. Palace, I think the new signings he brought in and things like that, it's going to take them a few weeks to sort of get back to where they were. I do think they missed Conor Gallagher in a game like this. I thought it was a big miss. Really competitive game though. Zinchenko played really well, as did Jesus. Yeah, good little win that for Arsenal, and yeah, they were really pleased going into game week 2. Good win. Right, next up we had, as we can see here, next up we had Fulham, who took on Liverpool. Massive shock result there from an opening day. I predicted Liverpool to absolutely wipe the floor with Fulham, if I was honest. And yeah, as we can see here, they took the lead twice, Fulham. Liverpool in the first hour really were not at the races. They were really poor. Fulham, they took advantage of that, to be fair. Mitrovic scored a header at the back post. Alexander-Arnold was sleeping a bit at the back. But yeah, really good result that for Fulham. They'll be delighted with the draw, and they're probably a bit disappointed they didn't win really, because as I say, Liverpool weren't at the races for the vast majority of this game. As we see there, Darwin Núñez, he came on and he looked really sharp. They were getting the ball to him, got himself a goal, lovely little back flick. He tried it twice and it came off the second time, and he did get his goal. But yeah, I think they're going to start Núñez from now on, I believe. Firmino, for me, didn't look brilliant in there. Didn't really make much of an impact, and as soon as they brought this guy on, they played totally different and they looked a lot better. But yeah, massive result that for Fulham. I didn't see it coming personally, and if they want to stay up this year, which I think they might struggle to, they're going to have to get more results like that, more results where they don't think they're going to get one. But yeah, really good start out for Fulham. Next up, we've got Bournemouth, who took on Aston Villa. Another game that didn't go the way I thought it was going to. Bournemouth here, they took away a 2-0 win over Villa. Yeah, I really think something that's not been talked about much is what's happened with Tyrone Mings at Villa. He was last year's captain, and I've heard rumours that there's been a bit of a falling out there between him and Gerrard. How true they are, I couldn't tell you. But obviously, you had the captaincy removed ahead of the season starting. Usually, when that's the case, it's either you want the player to sort of settle on their game, or they've had a falling out with the manager. Who knows what's happened there? But Bournemouth won't be complaining. They'll be really happy. Doesn't look like they're at the races at all, Villa. We see here they did have quite a few chances, 15 shots compared to the 7, and they had a lot more of the ball as well. But yeah, bit of a smash and grab, if you like. But yeah, the Bournemouth picking up a win there. Another team that came up. I didn't think they'd get a result on the opening day, but they did. And they'll be really happy with that. And Villa, they'll be looking at a bounce back, and they're going to have to quickly, or things might get ugly. Who knows? Next up, Leeds took on Wolves. Result, I thought probably going to draw this game, but decent result that for Leeds. Wolves did take the lead through Daniel Podence on the 6th minute, as we see there. Jack Harrison got man of the match, a player who's linked with a move away at one stage. Just trying to get the match stats up. Don't seem to be able to get them. Never mind. So yeah, big result that for Leeds. They'll be looking to stay up this year, try and build on last year. Really good result that. For me, I thought this was going to be a draw. Didn't really see any of these teams getting a win. Wolves slowly are losing a lot of players. The linked with Gonzalo Guedes, which would be a really big move, but Connor Cody's on the way out. But yeah, good result that for Leeds, and they'll be looking to build on that if they want to stay up this year. There we are. Right, yeah, as we can see here, Newcastle hosted Forest at the St James's Park. Really good result for Newcastle. I personally thought they would win this game, and yeah, I think it's a bit of a tough opener that for Forest. As you can see, they didn't have a shot on goal, on target, should I say, and Newcastle created a massive amount of chances. I think they could be a little like a dark horse for Europe this year for Palace. Newcastle. The midfield, it looks really strong. They've got Guimaraes, Joe Linton looks like he's got a new lease of life in that midfield. Joe Willock as well, playing really well. But yeah, a big opening day result for them. Kieran Trippier there, man of the match. He'll be looking to sort of have a big season. He missed out a bit towards the end of last year because of that injury he had. I think it was metatarsal. But yeah, really good result for Newcastle. I won't be too disappointed if I was a Forest fan, just because I think there's going to be other chances to get points. Newcastle away is one of the tougher games this year for me in the Premier League. But yeah, good opening result for Newcastle on the opening day. Next up, Spurs took on Southampton at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I thought it was called White Hart Lane. But yeah, massive result that, 4-1 win. They went behind early on. James Ward-Prowse scored a lovely little half volley, but that was about all he did really. Spurs from then, they turned the screw a bit, to be honest. 2 shots on target for Southampton, not really enough if you're going to try to win a game of football. And yeah, Spurs took advantage really. This man, Dejan Kulusevski, had a really, really good game. Son and Kane, this could be a lethal front three this year, and it's probably one of the reasons I think top 4's on the horizon for Spurs. Yeah, as you see there, Sessegnon Dia chipped in with goals. The own goal from Salisu is probably the funniest thing I saw this weekend. He sort of tried to clear it with his back foot, and it didn't happen. It went in the back of the net. But really good performance from Tottenham. They left sort of a few of the new guys out. Langley came on last 5 minutes. Perisic didn't play too long. Basuma only 5 minutes. Jed Spence didn't even get on. So I think they're sort of slowly, gradually bringing them in. But it's going to take time to sort of fit them in. They had a fairly decent end to the season last year, Spurs. So they're going with what they had towards the end of last year. And then I think slowly they'll gradually bring them in. I know, Richarlison was suspended for this one. He probably getting on that bench somewhere, maybe instead of Moore or Gill. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things to be excited about if I was a Spurs fan, and yeah, I'd be looking forward to the season if I were them. Next up, we've got Everton, and they took on Chelsea at Goodison Park. To be fair, I thought Chelsea would have run away with this one. I don't think Everton were really ready for the season, and yeah, it was a bit of a dominant game for Chelsea in my eyes. Everton did have a couple of chances, but CA by the ball possession, Chelsea sort of dictated the game really, and I thought Everton didn't really have that bite up front. I know they had I think they played Anthony Gordon up top, and there was a couple of crosses that came in. If they had a natural number 9, they could have got a few goals, but he knows what he is, Gordon. He's not a 9. He's sort of a winger or a 10, as he's number 10 really. But yeah, it's not his natural position, so you can't really bash Gordon that much. But I thought Chelsea were fairly good in this game. Sterling looked pretty threatening down that wing. Mason Mount, pretty good game. Chilwell, I think he got a penalty. He made a clear run through and got taken down by Decore, I think it was. He won the penalty, and Jorginho, we've seen it at the Euros. We've seen him set penalties at the Euros and not do too well, but yeah, he didn't miss this time around, and he got Chelsea that 1-0 win. Did try and battle back into it at Everton, but just didn't have enough really. Marc Cucurella made his debut coming off the bench, and he was booked. But yeah, they'll get stronger, Chelsea. They've got a few additions coming in, and yeah, I think they're in for a good season if they get these additions. But yeah, good opening result for them. Nice little 1-0 win at Goodison Park. Now we're going on to Sunday, and Leicester took on Brentford. They raced away, really, Leicester, into a 2-0 lead. Castagne there and Dewsbury Hall getting goals. And, you know, with the sort of signings, they've not made any signings, should I say, Leicester. And they look like they're supposed to be getting rid of quite a few players linked on the way out. But they sort of went with what they have. Because they've not brought anyone in, and yeah, they made a great start to the game. You know, 2-0 lead just after the second half. They were in front, and then Brentford, though, they do what Brentford do. They sort of hang in there and battled the way back in. Ivan Toney getting a goal and Joshua Silva, you know, getting that equaliser with less than 5 minutes to go. Would have been heartbreaking for Leicester. You know, they've seemed to have. It was a pretty good game. This, look at the amount of passes, nearly 1,000 passes between them. But yeah, bit of sour blow that for Leicester, you know, to take a 2-0 lead, throw it away against Brentford at home. They're the kind of games you need to be putting to bed, really, especially taking a lead like that. And yeah, it's a bit of a sore one that for Leicester. Brentford will be happy with that. They've got United on, I think it's Saturday night. So yeah, they'll be in high spirits going into that one. I thought they might struggle this year without Eriksen, but good little result that for them, and you know, good debuts from Hickey and things like that. Got a lot to build on there, Brentford. Next up, United took on Brighton at Old Trafford, and dear oh dear oh dear, can it get any worse at Old Trafford at the moment? You know, they've not brought in any players that really add to them that much. I know they look like they create. You know, the stats can be so misleading because they had more possession, as it says here. They look like they created the amount of chances as Brighton, but it was a weird sort of game. I just looked at United and there was nothing there. Like that midfield, every time they had the ball, you didn't trust them to sort of keep it and create chances. And for me, Brighton were much the better side in this game. I know the stats there say otherwise, and they didn't have as much ball and they didn't create as many chances. But for me, Brighton were the better team. They had the better chances, and they probably deserved to win on the end. The second half, they did sit back a bit, invited United onto them, but this is going to happen. You know, they brought Ronaldo on that second half, and that's a fear factor. Brighton, they seen Ronaldo come on, and I think they were sort of hesitant, thinking, "Oh no, they brought him on. They're going to get back into this because they brought the big man on." But yeah, Brighton held on for the win. Danny Welbeck, oh wow, he had a really good game. He was making darting runs in behind Maguire and Martinez. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, really. He was rolling back the ears from when he was at United. Pascal Gross was the man who got the 2 goals. But yeah, a lot of the game for me was Danny Welbeck and Trossard as well. He was making a lot of really good runs in behind. And yeah, brilliant result that for Brighton. I think that's the first time they've ever won at Old Trafford. But yeah, huge performance, and United with it all to do, really. They need to bring in some signings. Eriksen did play this game, and Martinez, like I say, but yeah, they've got a lot of work to do. There's still a lot to come in. McFred have got to go. For me, they're not good enough for United. Yeah, if they want to get anywhere this year, they need to be looking at and improving that. And a couple of others as well. I think Maguire probably not good enough for this level. And yeah, they need to make signings before that window's over if they want to get anywhere this year for me. Final game of the weekend then, and at the London Stadium, West Ham took on my boys, Man City, and it was a brilliant game for City. They were in complete control of this, 75% possession in the end. It sort of didn't seem that much really, but yeah, they were really strong. They didn't, only 2 shots on target, but when you've got a man like this up top, Erling Haaland, that's all you need really. They created they didn't create a massive amount of chances, but it was sort of that game where you just thought, oh, it's coming. But yeah, West Ham, they had spells here and there, but yeah, City were just too strong in this one. I think it was like 32 degrees and it just didn't help them at all, West Ham. Erling Haaland was man of the match. He earned his own penalty, made a beautiful run. Gundogan picked him out, the keeper tripped him up. I think it was Areola who was in goal at the time. Yeah, he stepped up. It was absolutely brilliant penalty, right next to the post. If the keeper went the right way, he wouldn't have saved it for me. And the second goal was just absolute. It just reminded me of a goal Van Nistelrooy would score back in like 03, 04. You know, Scholes would pick him out with that beautiful pass, and Van Nistelrooy, the sharp finisher he was, would finish it in the bottom corner. This was the same case here. De Bruyne, a lovely little ball from near the halfway line. Erling raced in behind. Keeper had no chance really. But yeah, strong performance from City. They'll be buzzing with that after, you know, people were doubting them really, saying, oh, they've got injuries, they've not signed this, they've not signed that. But really strong performance from City in the opening day. Yeah, they'll be looking at a build on that, and obviously that 2-point lead now for Liverpool, they'll look at a build on that and see if they can sort of stretch a bit of a gap. Bit early to say that, I think, but yeah, smashing result that for Man City. Right then guys, that's all for today's video. Thanks very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, drop a like on it. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. And also guys, do get involved. Let me know what you think of this week's Premier League games. How good do you think City looked? How bad do you think Liverpool looked? How bad were Man United? Yeah, just let us know guys what you thought down in the comments. As always, get involved. Yep, that's everything for today. Thanks very much for watching guys. Take care. Bye bye.